New judgment released. UN amnesty for Nnamdi Kanu as new report for his freedom is confirmed. All right, Nigerians, I greet you all. I greet everybody listening to us through this very channel. You are wonderfully welcomed. Thank you so much for time spent. In fact, I really appreciate you, and I appreciate your many opinions. As it is right now, lovers of freedom, the IPOP leader Nnamdi Kanu is gaining more support from international community. We will be dropping this very one to you, and I want to encourage you to pay attention because the IPOP leader is winning big. Now, we are talking about global groups. Yes, why global groups suddenly returned to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. If you could observe, there was a time that they got silent. Yes, you understand. So after months of silence following Kanu sentence and his controversial transfer from Abuja, from DSS to Sokoto Correctional Center, the international community seems to have reverted their monitoring mechanisms. This, I will tell you, is because they knew that the federal government sending Nnamdi Kanu to Sokoto prison may not be comfortable or may even be more dangerous as it was when it was in DSS prison. So they increased their monitoring team and make sure their eyes is well fixed in the check and balance of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In fact, they kept sending monitoring team to Abuja, and also they extended their camera down to Sokoto, sending delegates. In fact, visitors to Sokoto prison were in fact increased, of which most of them are international delegates. All of this is still the opinion of the international community. All these are still opinions coming from the global bodies. The IPOP leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is still very much in Sokoto prison, is still very much hopeful, believing that no matter what may happen to him, his freedom will still be declared. Though at the moment, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not said anything reasonable despite international invitation and call for his help and making sure that the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is quickly declared. A new judgment has finally set in as the UN are now calling for the immediate consideration and release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They have also invited Tinubu to understand the condition of this very decision, making to know that this isn't his own case. This is a case brought over from a past administration, the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, and so should have been given a fair check and a fair judgment. The decision of Justice Omotosho, yes, is a legal decision but not properly checked or properly supervised. If properly supervised, he would have known that such a decision shouldn't have attracted a life sentence. The law used against the IPOP leader was a repealed one, a law that has never been in existence, a law abandoned and dismissed for a very long time. This was called to his notice, but he ignored that, believing that what he was doing was right. The UN also has gotten in other international bodies like UNPO, EU, and other world power nations like the UN for a quick deliberation and decision to see that Nnamdi Kanu doesn't stay long in detention. Though international negotiation has also set in with Bola Ahmed Tinubu with the motion and with the move to make sure that the IPOP leader regain his release, considering his current state of health and access to his doctors. The demand for his transfer is no longer what is put in consideration, but rather his freedom and return back to the UK. Lovers of freedom, you can now see that the IPOP leader is not just only gaining recognition, but also gaining support for his immediate freedom and release out of Sokoto prison. Please do not forget to share this video. Let's give hope to those who have lost the hope, and also life to those who have completely lost the hope of freedom. Because as it is, Nnamdi Kanu is now the eyes of many. Many people now believe in the fights put up by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes. So please, let's allow this to go viral and let the world be aware of this. Thank you.